Hey everybody, Frank from A.G.E Outdoors here, back again for another walk around. I realized the other day that I have mentioned our TJ, actually LJ, but it originally is a TJ, and that it's getting ready to go under the knife and there's going to be a video series on it. So I figured I'd give a quick walk around. So here we go. So here she is. This is my 98 TJ, but anybody watching this video, little camera glitch there. Anybody watching this video is realizing this is actually an LJ. Story behind it, I am third-ish owner. It originally was a 98 TJ 4-cylinder 5-speed, and when she was down in Ohio with the original owner, it was wrecked. And an off-road shop down there bought an aftermarket tub. It is not an OEM LJ tub. It is an aftermarket, I don't remember what brand, and an aftermarket LJ frame, and then pieced her together. It's been a hodgepodge of a nightmare when it comes to certain things because it's titled as a 98. The engine, based on the fact it's coil pack setup, is at least an 01 4-liter, and it has a 3-speed automatic in it, which a 3-speed never came in the LJ, and the 3-speed also never came behind the coil pack that I'm aware of. So she is a nightmare. The interior wiring is also incorrect. She is, however, sitting on a Dana 44 rear end, and I, after breaking 2 front axles due to just lack of maintenance prior to me, and then lack of maintenance on the second one that was just a nice spare, has an XJ high pinion 30 in it. She is rolling on 35s. I have 488 gears that I installed, front and rear. Full spool in the rear, open diff in the front for now. It does have a TerraFlex Super Shorty SYE. Now, reason you have not seen her on the trail is at the moment, I literally only have first gear. Shortly after I did the re-gear, second gear gave up. So I decided to try and do something I've never done before, and that was to rebuild a automatic transmission. Well, in doing so, I made a rookie error and busted a snap ring on the governor and the tail shaft, which, if anybody knows automatic transmissions, you have to disassemble the entire thing to replace it. So right now I have no third gear. I can flutter shift it into second, but she will rev to the moon. And being I have no history on the motor, and the oil change that I did right after I got it last year kind of stated that she'd been beaten and abused. I had bought it from a guy that they got it, never wheeled it, used it for going for ice cream, and then shortly after I posted some pictures of having it, the guys that had it that wheeled the snot out of it kind of shared some information with me on there. Sounds like 99% of her life she was a wheeling toy. That being the case, most people did not do any maintenance to it, and I'm at a point that I'm a little frustrated with the drive line, and in my backyard I'm sitting on a set of 1-ton axles that are eventually going to get under it. But what's happening right now, and I'm going to pan you over here, is this old Commander, which I have paperwork from a guy I work with showing low mileage on the transmission and the engine, is donating her driveline to my TJ LJ project. So what is currently happening, that Hemi is about 50% out of there. She's supposed to roll into the garage this afternoon, and I will probably proceed to finish pulling it. I have collected all the hard parts when it comes to motor components, so I have everything to bolt her in and hook her up. I do intend to redo the suspension underneath this thing because it is a rough country TJ lift that was modified to put into an LJ, where they lengthen the rear links and because of the incorrect transmission, the belly skid's cobbled up. A lot of that is broke. I want to go to a true 3-link front and a triangulated rear. So the whole suspension is going to get a revamp when she's down for the motor. Easy time to do some welding on the frame. So hopefully I will be starting a teardown video series on this thing in the next couple of weeks. I do not know if I'm going to video what I'm actually doing or if I'm just going to give update segments. I've never really been very good in the sense of videoing when I'm working, because let's face it, I'm working solo in the garage and trying to operate the camera and do what I'm trying to do. It just takes 10 times longer, and anybody doing a YouTube channel and a build series knows that. So for me, at the moment, I don't exactly know the gist of what it's going to be. It may just be I give an update as we go through it, but my hope is I can be pulling this drive line out in another week or so, strip down the front, and start from there. I do have to get a few materials before I start too deep into it, because I fully intend to fix the suspension quirks well before I get fully dived into doing everything. I mean, anybody that can see the suspension, it does seem like it's in a weird geometry. My upper link in the rear points up. My front link isn't as long as I would like to see it. I personally, from Jeeps I've built in the past, I prefer equal length lowers and then set my uppers however I need to. And right now I'm on the fence of going one of 3 routes for my suspension setup. I could buy a moto build, belly skid, pre-designed, weld her in and build my links there. I could buy the barn system that has the belly skid and the links in it, and you just set your links. Or I was watching Dirt Lifestyle just before I came out and decided to film this. My other option is I could just completely throw out the window buying anybody else's stuff and do a complete scratch build. I do have the tools. I do have a plasma table, which I'm gonna probably do a quick little video on later this afternoon. But yeah, I don't know. I like building stuff myself. I like learning as I go. Long-term plan for this is she will eventually end up on a set of 04 Super Duty axles and 40-inch tires and high-lined. All the good stuff that all of us that Jeeps kind of strive for. I do kind of view this as my forever Jeep, in the sense that, yeah, I'll build other Jeeps, and I've built half a dozen WJs recently, and I've built probably 2 dozen XJs over the years, but this is one that in 04 I really, really wanted an LJ when they came out, and now I got it, and I just want to make it my own. Cage is gonna probably get a fastback. Something else any of you LJ guys out there realizing, or even late model TJs, I have eliminated the pods, and I'm running a early gen TJ half cab soft top from, I think it's a Rampage. It's a cheapie. Only complaint on it is the top dips down, but I'm going to correct that with some cage work. But I think I'm going to stay with the half cab cage just because it works for me. And the cool thing is that top folds up so small that I can go out on the trail on a cool morning and it gets warm. I can fold the top up. I do have some soft half doors I run on this thing, typically in trail season, and I'm in the market for a set of OEM half doors, spice top. After all the work gets done with the suspension and the lift and the motor, I think she's going to tub's going to come off for a full sandblast, and I'm considering painting it that old 87 YJ green that was on the old Sierras and do that spice top green Sierra look. I just kind of dig it. But anyhow, I just figured I'd take a few minutes today to share with you. Oh, and kind of highlight this. The winch bumper is a new product from RMX Fabrication, my little fab shop. It's a DIY kit that will be on the website here shortly. I want to cut another one or two of them, so I've got them on the shelf. I ended up with one little tweak, and that's just I got a bolt hole that I'd like a little bit more clearance on. Everything else is really tight, but she tucks nice and tight back there. You could run the OEM sway bar behind it if you were still running your OEM sway bar. I'm not. I'm planning to do something different in the front. Probably going to a rock crawler style sway bar. I've considered going ORI struts, but she'll end up with a rock crawler sway bar. I had some link issues, and right now my steering's kind of janked up because I put it together really quick with some used parts that I had laying around to make an event, and that's kind of where I took out the second gear in the transmission. But anyways, so yeah, that is our 98 TJ/LJ with a hodgepodge of parts in between. So stay tuned for some videos on it. And as always, keep on aging.